Please be seated. And thank you very much, Melissa. Good morning. I am Chancellor Michael Drake, and welcome to the 2014 commencement ceremony for the University of California, Irvine. We are particularly honored today because this is a special day, honoring the 50th anniversary of President Lyndon Johnson's dedication of our campus on June 20th, 1964. And we are all greatly honored today to be joined by the President of the United States. Thank you. And I'd like to recognize and thank the regents, administrative, academic, and elected officials who are participating in today's ceremony, including the Honorable Loretta Sanchez, who represents this district in the United States House of Representatives. Thank you. And we have some very special guests who are here today representing the founders of our campus, who were here at the dedication ceremony in 1964. The Honorable Kathleen Brown is here representing her family. Her father, Governor Edmund G. Pat Brown, was here that day, and his vision was critical to our founding. Kathleen, your family's support of the University of California is unrivaled. Thank you so much. We have Professor James McGaugh joining us representing the founding faculty. Jim was here then, and he's been active in the entire period since, still doing cutting-edge research. Jim, great to have you here with us. And we're also very pleased to recognize the contributions of UC President Emeritus and UC Irvine Chancellor Emeritus, Jack Peltison and his wife Susie, and Mrs. Jean Aldridge, and also Mrs. Jean Aldridge, who is the wife of our founding Chancellor, Dan Aldridge. We salute you and thank you. And finally, I'd like to thank and salute Joan Irvine Smith, who was critical to our campus being located here. Her son, Jim Swindon, is in the audience today, and thank all of you who were with us then. Thank all of you, our great founders. Thank you. And finally, we are here to recognize the achievements, dedication, perseverance of our graduates, the extraordinary men and women seated here before us, nearly 7,000 strong, the members of the UCI class of 2014. Give yourselves a hand. And today's a great day to be an anteater, whether you're a Nobel laureate, a Pulitzer Prize winner, a Rhodes or Fulbright scholar, a brand new assistant professor, a nurse at our medical school, a groundskeeper in Aldrich Park, a member of the UCI baseball team playing today in Omaha in the College World Series, or a member of the class of 2014. It's great to be a part of Eater Nation. And today, we celebrate the anniversary of the beginning of our campus and recognize the vision and courage of the men and women who assembled on June 20th, 1964, in a field not far from here to dedicate the site of a new campus. This was an important time in the history of the United States. We had recently emerged from the trauma of November 1963. President Johnson was only months in office. He was a Southerner and a Westerner, raised in hardscrabble, Texas, who became a master of the marble halls of Congress. But he never lost sight of the disconnect between our values as a nation and our practices as a society. And he had a better vision for America. His programs were collectively called the Great Society, and three important pillars were affordable, quality health care, civil rights, and education. And in that spirit, he came here all the way across the country from Washington to preside over our dedication. And he was here on June 20th, 1964, just one day after the civil rights legislation passed out of the US Senate, where it had been effectively held up since the 1870s. And in his remarks on our campus that day, President Johnson tied together the passage of the Civil Rights Act and the dedication of this new university. He said, and I quote, "that education would help us demonstrate to the world that people of compassion and commitment can free their fellow citizens from the bonds of injustice, the prisons of poverty, and the chains of ignorance. Help us open the doors of America's abundance and freedom's promise to every man, whatever his race, region, or religion." President Johnson knew that President Lincoln and his peers had removed the shackles of bondage a century earlier, but the doors of opportunity had remained closed for 100 years. He sought to help open those doors, and thus, among other things, he took the time to dedicate this university. And we are here now able to look back on the half-century since and assess how we've done. How have our efforts measured up to his vision and the collective dreams of our founders? So let's see how we've done. UCI is among the most popular and competitive universities in the country. We received more than 82,000 applications for undergraduate admission this last year. Our graduation rates, 86% in 6 years, are among the highest in the country, top 10 in the country among public research universities. And according to no less than Reader's Digest, Peter the Anteater is the nation's 4th most lovable mascot. What more could you? And you all know as well that we have, for 3 years running, been ranked by the Times Higher Education as the top university in the United States under 50 years of age. So I'm very, very proud of who we are, particularly the who in the who we are. We rank among the top 15 universities in the nation in diversity. We're among the national leaders in the country in the percentage of our students who are Pell Grant eligible. And 42% of you, the graduating class here in 2014, are the first in your family to receive a 4-year college or university degree. An amazing achievement. And today, you are all crossing a bridge to a more prominent place in society. But remember that you don't cross that bridge by yourself. Someone had to build that bridge to create that opportunity. From the Moral Act of 1862, signed by President Lincoln, to the Civil Rights Act of 1864, signed by President Johnson, visionary leaders have created a system of public research universities in this country that is the envy of the world. And we're proud of another important fact. California public education, while not cheap, is among the most affordable in the nation. Here at UC Irvine, more than half of our students graduate with no debt, and those who have debt have about half the debt as a collective class of the national average. And this means a lot for people going out into the world and starting their lives. And this result is only possible through the collective efforts of many, the faculty, who make sure to provide the classes necessary to help our students graduate on time, and thus keep the cost of education low, and the commitment of our fellow Californians, including the parents of our students, who support policies that help keep a UC education accessible and affordable. And it's hard to imagine a greater return on that investment than the degrees that will be awarded here today. We are home to an innovative and robust economy, largely because of our great universities and the forward-thinking people and policymakers that have supported public higher education. Class of 2014, you have taken advantage of a wonderful educational opportunity, which has been supported directly by the vision of great historical leaders, from Abraham Lincoln to Lyndon Johnson, Pat Brown, Clark Kerr, Dan Aldridge, and continuing today with Governor Brown, President Napolitano, and today's featured guest, President Obama. And they are all linked by the understanding that knowledge is power. And as Clark Kerr said, quote, "The best place for new ideas are our universities." My parting advice to you is something shared with me by one of my professors, Dr. Lloyd Smith, who encouraged me with the words, "Remember, the difference between A and A+ is huge. Always allow yourself to be your best self. Stay true to your values. Do this, and you will find that you are admired and respected by your colleagues and loved and appreciated by your friends and families. In fact, you already are. And now, armed with an outstanding education, you are ready for tomorrow. Congratulations, class of 2014, and Godspeed. We are excited and proud and comforted to know that the future is in your hands. Congratulations and thank you.